Today's video, I'm going to be sharing what I would honestly order from 8 of the top fast food chains. So I'm not covering all of them, but I've been wanting to do this video for a while now because I know many of you are trying to eat healthier. You're trying to eat more plant-based. And one of the most difficult things is eating out. You don't know what the best options are, or you think you're choosing a healthy option, but really you're not. You're unaware of what the food actually contains and nutrition facts, and so you're hurting your results. And so, like I said, I'm gonna be sharing with you what someone who understands and coaches nutrition, would honestly order from 8 of the top fast food chains. So I'm gonna go from the least to the greatest options, and I'm not gonna lie, the first few are really gonna disappoint you. And honestly, I don't have a lot of good news for you overall, because the truth is, if you are trying to lose weight and optimize your health, you can't be eating at fast food chain restaurants, or at least not regularly. But if you're ever in a pinch, or maybe you're on a road trip, or you're just with a bunch of other people and you are really hungry and you stop for food, here's what I would do and recommend for you. So I'm going to start with Burger King. So Burger King is my least favorite option out of the fast food chains that I'm talking about today. And that may or may not surprise you. And you might look at the menu and see some vegan or plant-based options. I know Burger King has a plant-based burger, for example. And so you might think that I would choose that, but you would be wrong. I would never order their plant-based Impossible Burger because they are not healthy whatsoever. They're made from soy protein concentrate and oil, and that's pretty much it, besides a few other ingredients that I don't like either. And so they're nearly 50% fat. And so no way would I ever order that burger, nor would I recommend you order it either. So you're probably thinking I would order a salad from there, right? Well, at Burger King, the only healthy salad option that you can order leaves you with just lettuce and tomatoes. So I don't know about you, but that's a no thank you for me. That's super boring. And on top of that, there are no healthy salad dressing options either. They're full of oil. And so that's not even worth it for me. And I think I saw that they have a kids PB&J, which could have been a potential option. But when I researched the ingredients, I found that the bread, the peanut butter, and the jelly all have high fructose corn syrup in it. And then the peanut butter has hydrogenated oil, which is trans fat, the worst kind of fat. And so that's a hard pass for me. And so really the only thing I would order from Burger King is their Mott's applesauce. So I know it's super lame. That's why I ranked Burger King my least favorite option. And I know applesauce isn't really that filling either. And so if I was really hungry, I would definitely need to order several of them in order to try to hold me over until my next meal. So yeah, Burger King, not very Whole Foods plant-based friendly. And then next on my list would be McDonald's. So McDonald's isn't much better than Burger King. Now, if it was breakfast time, they do have a fruit and maple oatmeal, but I saw that it's made with cream. And so if they were able to make that oatmeal without the cream and instead use water, I would order that. But if not, if they couldn't do that, or if it's any other time of the day, I would probably just order a couple bags of their carrots and apple slices. Again, super boring, I know, but like Burger King, there aren't really any good choices. And the salads from McDonald's are also really boring, and there's no oil-free salad dressings. And so again, not worth it to order. It's not really that appetizing. The carrots and the apple slices sound way more appealing to me, and those are gonna be 100% healthy. So yes, I know, not exciting to order from McDonald's either, which is why I haven't eaten there in like 7 to 10 years. And I couldn't tell you the last time I went to Burger King. And really, I never really actually ate at Burger King all that much growing up anyway. So after McDonald's, though, I would have to put everyone's favorite next, Chick-fil-A. And sadly, Chick-fil-A doesn't have really great options either. They do have a fruit cup that you could order, so I would definitely order that. And for breakfast, you could also order a plain English muffin if you're really hungry. And I say if you're really hungry because it does contain some oil in it. But why I like Chick-fil-A a little bit better than Burger King and McDonald's is because of their salad option. Their salad option is better. They have a market salad that you can order, and you can order it without the chicken and without the cheese, and you can make it plant-based. And it's got way more than just lettuce and tomatoes in it. It's got mixed greens, it's got red and green apples, it has strawberries and blueberries and raisins and cranberries. It also has this nut granola on top and some nuts. It has some roasted almonds and pecans and walnuts. And so that's much more exciting, right? But unfortunately, I saw the ingredients on their website. It says that the salad contains oil in it, and then the honey, nut granola, and the raisins, and even cranberries all contain oil in it as well. And so I would personally try to order the salad without those other ingredients on top in order to try to reduce some of my oil intake. And then for salad dressing, I would choose their fat-free honey mustard salad dressing because it's the only one that's oil-free. The other option is they have a sweet and spicy sriracha sauce that's oil-free as well, but I'm not so sure that that would pair well with a fruit market salad. So I would go with the honey mustard. But again, unfortunately, it isn't a great option. But if you have it every once in a while or you're in a pinch, then it's totally fine to order. Subway would come next for me out of the chains that I'm mentioning today. And I will just start off by saying that all of the breads and wraps contain oil, and they're not whole grain either. They're all processed. But if I were to go to Subway, I would still order a sandwich from there. And as far as bread goes, which one I would order, I would either get the Italian bread or their hearty multigrain. You actually have to be careful of which breads you order because not all of the breads are plant-based. For example, there's a flatbread multigrain that I saw that contains milk. So I was unaware of that. And so I just wanted to throw that out there for you. And then with my sandwich, I would just add a ton of veggies to it. I'd add lettuce and onion and tomatoes and bell peppers. They also have banana peppers, which have a lot of flavor. So I would add those on. You can get cucumber, there's spinach. You can also get smashed avocado on top. So you can fill up a sandwich with lots of healthy vegetables. And personally, I wouldn't put any sauces or dressings on top, but you could get the red wine vinegar on top or the mustard, or they even have a honey mustard sauce and a sweet onion sauce that are also oil-free. But I will say that I looked and the ingredients for those last two ones are not great. And so I would try to pass on those unless you really like those sauces. So that's what I would order from Subway. I would order a plain veggie sandwich on Italian bread. And then my next choice would be Taco Bell. So I would much rather go to Taco Bell than all those other places I've mentioned because you can order a custom rice and bean bowl, which I love. So that's what I would do. I would order it with the no seasoned rice option. And then I would just get the other vegetables on top that are available. So I think that was lettuce, onions, and tomatoes. And I think I saw that you could get jalapeno peppers as well, but I personally wouldn't order that myself. Not a huge fan of spicy. So you can also get guac on top, and they do have some sauces that you could add. They have a red and green sauce, but I will say the green verde sauce has corn syrup in it, which I'm not a fan of. And while the red sauce doesn't have that, the first ingredient of the red sauce has maltodextrin in it, and then it's got some other preservatives. And so I would personally pass on that as well. And honestly, for me, a rice and black bean bowl doesn't need any sauce. The tomatoes that you can put on top make it juicy, and so that's enough for me. Now, I will say that this is not a perfect meal, so I wouldn't come here regularly to eat. This would be if I was in a pinch or, traveling. And the reason why is because it still contains oil in it. The rice that they use is made with canola oil, and it's also made from enriched long grain rice. So it's a very processed rice, which is a huge bummer. But I would still order it, even though I try to avoid oil as much as possible, because it's pretty much inevitable to avoid oil when you go out to eat. And at least the rice and bean bowl would be something that I enjoy. And so the oil would be worth it for me every once in a while. Whereas a plain salad with an oil dressing, that would not be worth it for me. Now, Chipotle and Qdoba are very similar. And so I'm going to kind of combine those. From there, I would also order a rice and bean bowl. I never go to the fast food chains I've already mentioned, but I do go to Qdoba or Chipotle every once in a while. And what I do is I order the brown rice, and then I say, because I'm not having any meat, can I have both black beans and pinto beans? And they always say yes. And then most of you would probably think that I would add the sauteed vegetables on top, but I actually pass on those because those are drenched in oil. And so I simply just add lettuce on top, and then I ask for 2 scoops of the pico de gallo. You could also order guac and put that on top, but I personally don't. But again, this is not a perfect bowl because Chipotle uses rice bran oil in their rice and in their beans, and Qdoba uses soybean oil in their rice. Now, Qdoba's beans are at least oil-free, so that's good and better. And so if I have a choice between the two, I'm gonna go to Qdoba over Chipotle. And Qdoba, I also saw that they have some other oil-free toppings that you can add. They also have a black bean and corn salsa. I've never tried that. They also have a corn and pepper blend. They have a mango salsa seasonally. And then they also have a roasted chili corn salsa that are all oil-free. And I also discovered that they have oil-free soft white corn tortillas. And so if you prefer tacos over a bowl, then you could order that as well. And I should mention that both of those places have plant-based meat options, but just like the Impossible Burger, the Beyond Burgers that they now sell at some of these fast food chains, they're not healthy options. They're usually made from a concentrated protein source, and they all contain oil, which just jumps up the fat content to where it's now usually like 50% of the meal. So I would choose beans over plant-based meat. Okay, so now on to my top choice. If I had to pick a fast food restaurant, and this might surprise a lot of you, would be Wendy's. So yes, you heard me right. Wendy's would be my top go-to pick if I was out and about or if I was on a road trip and needing to stop somewhere for food. And that's because at Wendy's, you can get plain oil-free baked potatoes. And so that's what I would order. A plain baked potato with nothing on it. And then I would just add some salt, and I would thoroughly enjoy that. And depending on how hungry I was, I would maybe order as many as 3 potatoes. And because it's oil-free, you could eat this every single day if you wanted to or if you needed to. And I saw that you can also order a side of avocado, I believe. And so if you wanted to, you could put that on top if you don't like it plain. But unfortunately, all the sauces from there are made with high fructose corn syrup, including their ketchup. And so I would pass on those. And then another thing that I saw you can get from Wendy's is a side of apple bites. And so if you wanted something sweet, you could also order that. So like I said, overall, I know it's pretty disappointing. There's not a lot of good options. And so my recommendation is to eat out seldomly. Cook your food at home. But if you're ever in a bind or you're traveling and you had to stop at a fast food chain, that's what I would order from those restaurants. And just remember, plant-based or vegan is not synonymous with healthy. So don't be misled or think that you're now choosing a healthy meal by choosing those options at a restaurant. You're not. They're not going to help you with weight loss or weight management, and they're certainly not going to optimize your health. So let me know if you have any questions, but I hope today's topic was helpful for you and can guide you into making healthier choices at these fast food restaurants. And if it is, let me know in the comments or give it a like. I would appreciate that. And then tomorrow, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be a guest in a women's virtual event called Gather. So I'm going to be talking about the best diet for your skin. So if you're interested in learning about the best diet for your skin, then comment below or message me and I'll send you a link where you can join. It's taking place tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And I believe you'll be able to catch the replay if you can't make it live. But there's some other topics that are going to be covered during this 2 free day event as well that I think you would be interested in. So let me know if you're interested. And I know Michelle too, who is hosting the event, is doing some giveaways. So comment below, let me know if you'd like to join and I'll send you the link.